Hi, we're at Nada Art Fair, and I am in the booth of Carrie Shush, and we are going to look at the work of Chip Hughes. So these are quite intriguing paintings, and they are oil paint on fabric. And if you look at the side over here, the first interesting thing you'll notice is gingham is on the side. And yet, it makes me happy to see a painting viewed as an object. And then what the artist does is cover the gingham with gesso, so he starts over again. But as you can see, he'll start by putting in stripes or checks, and then he'll layer in some transparent oil paint. And so after that is a whole process of going through the stripes and the checks and forming a new kind of newfangled textile. So it's a completely novel approach to painting. So the first thing you'll notice is that normal oil paint will be indulgent in all its strokes, but this artist is quite punctilious and using really more of a pen and ink technique, like a drawing technique with lots of repeated strokes. And so you can see a lot of a removal process, and when you look close up here, you see what looks like might be staples or some metal on there. But actually, he's doing this with oil paint, and it's a removal process. So in other words, he's making a textile look and modality and process with painting. So the other thing, we come over here, what's interesting about these paintings is that they're slow to make, and they're a slow burn to take them in, and it really makes you stop time and keep looking and finding new levels of meaning in here. They're evocative. To me, I find a really interesting, if we can move over here, just a material memory. So here in the, you can see the different way he's weaving the layers, and to me, I feel trimmings and fabric, and so it's sort of a material memory that I don't understand, and I don't know where it comes from, but it feels like it's in the culture, and he's accessing that. And so, opposite of neo-mannerism, which is sort of junk food. This is really like nourishing meal that goes on and on and on. And what I like is I feel it's sort of invoking tablecloth or pears, or it's sort of an ontology of picnic. And sort of he's letting us indulge and experience leisure time and sort of the beingness that we don't have anymore. So I feel like the artist doesn't like to talk about the work, and there's a lot of metaphor in here. And so again, to me it feels like a language of drawing meets language of fabric. It's a new approach, and the rhythm of the patterns is fascinating. And what I like in here is, again, to keep drawing you in sort of a meditative place, even though it's done in a punctilious way. So in here you can see, as if when you're sitting on the grass in the afternoon, actually taking a break or siesta, you might have these little vistas of sensation in your mind. And so these are, I feel like they're little, like little mini abstract paintings. They're fascinating. And we'll look at the last painting over here. All right, so here I get a West African textile feel, and I love the sizzling warm colors, and then this kind of braiding on the outside that we see and we feel in fabric, and you don't really think about it. But here he is invoking it, and I don't believe he's copying fabric. He's just found this new rhythmic, language that is compelling and can keep us looking at these for a long time. So stay tuned for more art.